Good evening, hello and welcome. Listen, I'm doing this today. Alright, I'm not gonna do voices. So I feel as if I need to share a little bit about my journey thus far as a woman and as an adult and as a believer in Christ and expanding Christ consciousness and always seeking to be a better believer, and where the Lord has brought me thus far in my journey. And just this year has been absolutely incredible. It's on the uprise, coming out of a deep, dark winter of depression and anxiety, high anxiety. I feel this year has just been a total spring. It's been a blooming of a new person. I felt the very depth of my being, of my false selves dying off, which is extremely scary and very, very hard to go through. You know, you can use in other language, breaking chains, or purging out evil, whatever, language you want to use. I've really, truly experienced the depth of being a human and being just, I guess, exhausted of all other thought process, which would make me feel balanced. So when you're at this place of pure darkness, which you really is a lot, I don't want to say put you in an atheist spot. It just puts you in this agnostic spot of understanding. Like in Job really spoke to me during these times, because it's just this agony of being a human being and wondering why I'm even here if I'm gonna have to feel this depth of pain. And it's not even like things have happened in my life. It's actually just my own personal journey and going through a lot of emotional purging and healing, and like taking a moral inventory of myself and realizing all the dirt and all of my sin. And I've done this before, and we go through this death and the resurrection multiple times in our life. It's not just this one-time thing. When you're saved, it's actually an ongoing process, and you're going to keep dying to things that don't serve you anymore and keep resurrecting into new, and you're going to keep growing, and you're going to come more into wholeness, because we never stop. There's an evolution of earth, there's an evolution of your being, there's an evolution, how God just continues to grow you. Our journey does not end, which is awesome if you think about it. But, that can be a whole theological debate within itself. So, in regards to feminine wholeness, I just feel some women need to hear, at least where I have come from, where I've been. When you look at me from outside, I'm sure from social media, it just comes off as like I've always had stuff together. I've, always had a lot of fun. I've always been athletic, like yoga and working out. And it just seems like confidence should be mine all the time, and of course I know girls, all of us know that that's not true. No matter what you look like, where you come from, how much you have, how many successful things you've done, how talented you are, that does absolutely nothing for your confidence, because I had very, very low self-esteem. And I actually am codependent and in a 12-step program, which aids to this disease, or this deeply rooted compulsive behavior that I have, that comes out of, not only being human, but it comes out of, just whatever dysfunctional family systems I've had, because we're not perfect and we all have dysfunctional family systems, or, people are just trying to do their best with what they've been given and what they have. So through that program, and the Lord leading me into a lot of breaking down of boxes and breaking down of preconceived notions and all the things that I really thought of him that actually caused me more anxiety in life. He's completely taking me into this journey of this true, genuine... Oh, speaking of being a woman, I'm cooking and the timer went off. Oh, so excuse me. I have to get it. But hey, the couscous is done. If you guys were wondering, it's all done. Anyways, so even just that, cooking for yourself, I have, within the last few months, you know, given away clothes that don't serve me in ways in which make me feel sexy and wanted by me, not to go out and do it. I mean, I literally take photos of myself, sexy photos, not for anyone to share with anyone except for like my girlfriends, or a tight woman group that I'm a part of. I don't buy clothes now unless I absolutely love them and that they make me, you know, and I guess that's like kind of a general rule when you're buying clothes anyways. Like, of course, you're just going to buy something that you like. But like, to the extent of understanding it's just like this quality over quantity thing, and understanding when it's intentionality. It's living with intention about everything you do. And making myself feel sexy in ways of baths and all these things are kind of cliche, but if you really, really embrace them and do this with the intention of for your own self and to getting to know your true self, which is, you know, the depths of you is God. So this true self that's deep within you is God. You know, he's at the heart of your being. He's the one who we live and breathe and have our being in, okay? So he's everywhere, all at once, at one time. And this is so, you know, it's too hard of a concept for us to grasp. However, once I started to really contemplate this and meditate on these things and understand that I am a precious queen, and to not even just like understand or like knowledge, have the fundamental truth of I am a daughter of the king, okay? Yeah, we always say that. No, but like to have it drop to not only your heart, but to start living it out and truly embracing what that even means is like it's a game changer in regards to how you go about friendships, about how you go relationships. I feel so incredibly expanded in regards to my love for women. I mean, I feel as if women, we can like encourage and make each other feel sexy with no man. Like we do not. I know this sounds so, it really has grown my feminist side. I mean, I feel as if we don't need men. However, we do, and we do, and we need that masculine, that partner in our lives to give us the things that we don't have. However, if you do not have a whole person, if you do not have your whole womanhood prior to a man coming in and being that partner, you will lose yourself. And I've definitely had this experience with my with a past dysfunctional relationship that taught me so much. And that's another thing that I've come to this place of so grateful for all things that have happened in my life. Not one thing is a mistake. Not one thing goes without notice, and not one thing is not used for my good. Period. And if I truly believe that, that helps me accept life on life's terms. That helps me understand, okay, you know, these tools that I've learned in regards to my program. If there's this acronym called HALT. This is taking care of yourself, and it all starts with that. You know, like, what is the greatest commandment? Love your neighbor as yourself. If you're not loving yourself well, you are not loving others well. And sometimes we get caught up in not even understanding what that even means. Loving yourself, it means seriously not compromising anything. Like anything. And granted, yes, it's like this, we have this selfless love, but it goes deeper. It goes deeper than just, well, I love them, so I need to like give up what I need right now for another. And there's a time and a place for things like that, but no, understanding your boundaries and understanding what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and being okay to say that, and owning your own opinions, and not being scared that others are going to judge or taking on others' opinions as your own. That was a huge red flag for me, or just a awareness marker for me in regards to codependency, that I so much valued other people's opinions on things, all things, over my own, that I had so many of them in my head that I started to get so confused, okay? So on any subject, whether it be, my faith or about my own emotions, I would listen to everyone else's opinion because they know me better, right? So I need to listen to them, but they're all different because we're all different humans. We all have different perspectives, and we all have different things we all see the world differently because we come from we're just so unique, right? So obviously everyone has different viewpoints. We're all looking out of different lenses. And when I started to own that, and I started to own that it's okay to have my own opinions and to not agree with people, and to, I guess, just understand that my emotions can be felt, and I myself can go through them and tell someone else what I'm feeling without going to them and say, I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling, or what do you guys think about this? And taking that and then holding on to it and being like, yep, this is what I believe. And then another person tells me something else. I'm like, oh, that makes sense too. And oh, you, and taking all these things, and it became a hairball, and it was not me. It was everyone else's, because, we all have this, oh, well, I hear the voice of my mother in my head when I'm going to do something. Yeah, because we cling to others' opinions about what we should be doing, or what's right or what's wrong, okay? When really, that is all in the depth of us. It is in the depth of our being, and if we just pay attention and go inward and embrace the I am, if you will. The I am is this concept that a rabbi in town has wrote about in the I Path, which I got the pleasure of reading. That the I am is the deepest part of who we are, and that is the divine, and he is in us, and especially if you've accepted this truth in your life, that God lives in you, in your heart, and that he gives you power to do things. It's literally magic when that stuff actually starts to digest into your heart and your mind, not just fundamentally, but to know. It doesn't say to know, the scriptures don't say to memorize scripture. They say, know me, follow me. To know is to have this depth of a relationship with the Lord. And it's like, if I don't have that with myself, which is the greatest commandment, if I'm not loving myself well, I'm not loving others well, and that's not the will of God. So I just wanted to impart a little bit. I mean, this is just very brief and very random, and then I'm really scattered, and it doesn't probably make sense, but I had to get it out of just a little bit of where I'm at today, and today I feel free. I mean, seriously free. I feel like I feel like Wonder Woman, honestly. I mean, seriously, that movie connected with me so much that it's this power that we have as women. And, men have it too, when they have their own journey of understanding their own masculinity and becoming the man of God that they're meant to be. But to be a woman who does not need a man, I mean, truly though, not just like, oh, I'm independent, I don't need you, and like you do, you say that and then you do the opposite. No, to have these boundaries of when your whole body wants to do something, but yet your mind is stronger than your own flesh. That's when you're walking. You're walking and you're doing it. You're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And I feel so grateful. I feel so grateful today that, and even when I make mistakes, that I mean, seriously, I can't even express this enough to where my consciousness is right now, and understanding who I am in the Lord, that like, I feel like I'm living so much in love that when I make mistakes, I don't feel shame and guilt. I seriously don't. And this is not to say, oh, I don't feel shame and guilt, so I'm just going to do it again. No, it's actually an extremely empowering feeling to understand that I'm aware it was a mistake, but to also be just simultaneously aware that I am forgiven and worthy of way better. And that I'm okay to make mistakes, because I'm human, it's going to happen, but I'm also very empowered to not do them again. And it's like a phenomenal freaking feeling to not be shameful and guilty for doing things that I know are not good for me. But at the same time, understanding, okay, God, I did it again. But you're so, so, so big, and your grace is covering me to the point where I honestly can't even articulate what I'm feeling, even to you guys right now. I mean, I just feel that the fact that I don't feel shame and guilt for doing things that are not good for me, but actually am empowered not to do them anymore, and I'm sober, and I do things with integrity, and I have this mindset that I'm an adult, and if I'm gonna do a mistake, I can own my mistakes and say, yep, I did that. I don't need to blame it on anyone else. I don't have excuses for it. I don't have to have any type of excuse in regards to even my own self. Like, I'm just feeling down, so I did this. No, I own my things, and I actually express them. You know, I try to make amends as soon as I can. It's just, I could go on and on, but I won't. But I thank you for whoever's listening, or if this even gets on any type of, I don't know if I'm going to post it, but maybe I'll just show my special friends. But you guys are all special. I love you. If anyone wants to talk deeper about this stuff, I'm so down. It's all I want to talk about. It's just what the Lord has been doing in my life and this journey, and it's only the beginning. It's just a scratch of the surface, and it's going to be awesome. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.